In version 1.2 of Mermaid, we've added mobile tasks. Previously, all our tasks were considered to be static at a single location. We now have the capability to move the vessel during work. To demonstrate this, we have a brief example here which we'll talk through now. We've set up a map, including a port, 2 offshore locations, and 2 metocean points. We've also set up a route from the port out to sea, and Mermaid will complete the route network diagram in the manner that we discuss on our training courses and in our user support materials. Mermaid will also select the most appropriate metocean point to use at any given time based on the vessel's whereabouts. We've set up an asset, a construction vessel, with some reasonably arbitrary metocean limits, including the reduction of transit speed based on the increase of significant wave height up to a wave height of 3. Here we have a fairly simple linear operation which we want to analyse. We begin by mobilising the vessel in port. The vessel then prepares to perform some mobile work at the site. It performs the mobile work, completes the mobile operation, and then returns to port and demobilises. All of these tasks have been set up, with the exception of the mobile work task, which we'll take a look at now. Firstly, we're going to assign the construction vessel to the operation. We can assign as many or as few vessels to a mobile task as we like. Secondly, we'll set the location of this task to be mobile by selecting the checkbox under location. And the interface changes ever so slightly to allow us to set up the parameters required on this mobile task. Firstly, Mermaid forces us to set the operation as being not suspendable. This means that the mobile work must be completed in a single operational window. We get prompted for a mobile task speed, and we'll set that at 4 meters per second. We can also set up some operating limits on this operation, and we'll do so by setting a 4 meter wave height limit on this operation. It's not valid to use 50% performance limits with mobile work, and Mermaid will restrict us from being able to do so. Mermaid will then analyse this operation as being mobile and will consider the capabilities of the vessel and the speed that it is able to move at relative to the wave height for its transit limits and its station keeping capabilities. It will also consider the mobile task speed and whether the mobile task is valid for operation based on its metocean limits. Having determined the speed that all the components can move at, Mermaid progresses the task at the slowest of those speeds, so the most restricted. We can see on the task card our mobile speed is summarised, the icon is changed from a duration icon to a mobile icon, and we can see our metocean limits summarised. A final point to note is that we didn't specify where this task moves from and where this task moves to. We just indicated that it's mobile. All mobile tasks must be preceded and followed by a valid operation at a location, and those locations must meet various criteria which allows Mermaid to work out whether the operation starts in a location and ends in a location. In this case, we have a valid operation in which we perform work at a site called start location and we complete work at a site called end location. And we can see that on the Gantt chart where Mermaid has worked out where the vessel is moving from and to for us. As we build up more complex operations with multiple predecessors and successors, Mermaid will still work to determine where the operation starts and ends, and will warn the user if it is unable to determine the locations so that the appropriate amendments can be made. Having set up this operation, we can now run our analysis in the usual way and consider the results.